Well, hello. You know, David Wolf once said detoxification is far more important than nutrition. And to this end, I just spent the last hour and a half watching a couple of videos that went through a compilation of all these different nutritional writers and all these diets and all this stuff and how long they lived and how soon they died and what they died of and all this sort of stuff. There's two overarching messages, and I'll provide the links below. One is, yeah, if you limit the time to things that damage you, you'll live longer. If you avoid the kind of processed foods that are loaded with all these bad seed oils and nut oils and PUFAs and all that stuff, you'll live longer. Or maybe I should say you'd live healthier. You see, living longer is a whole different thing. One of the things they don't talk about in all these studies you'll see in the video is they don't talk about detoxification. You know, detoxification is this accumulation of things that can't get fixed overnight because the nighttime sleep period is not long enough to take care of all the problems. So if you add that in, a lot of these guys could have lived a lot longer, had a lot less issues, and could have eaten basically whatever they want. Because if you remove the stuff that's left after digestion that isn't getting fixed overnight with a dry fast once a year, then yeah, you're probably going to have a much longer health span, a much longer lifespan. So when you look at these videos, and I encourage you to do it, you'll see that mostly they all sorts of diets, all Mediterranean diets, carnivore diets, vegetarian diets, you know, keto diets, all these different diets have different effects on different people, and they live a little longer or not as long or whatever. But generally speaking, the guys that weren't exposed to all the bad toxins that we've experienced over the last 70 years from really chemical agriculture, and you can see in this chart it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse as things just were depleted from the soil, the food is deficient, it's been sprayed with all these chemicals so that the food will grow and look like it's food, but it just don't taste anymore. I don't know if you've noticed this, when you go to the grocery store and buy some of this stuff, it doesn't really taste very good. Most of the organic food does taste pretty good because of the kind of agriculture required to grow organic food. Now, the idea here is dry fasting is so important for this. Because if you don't get rid of decades of debris and decades of these irritants, all these other diseases are going to crop up. It's not so much diet. I mean, diet will cause these things to happen if you don't dry fast, but dry fasting does something you don't do with any of these other methodologies. That's to turn on your stem cell population, to regenerate the cells from the inside, because you're fighting the somatic paradox. If you never turn on your stem cells, all you've got is those cells you were birthed with, and their Hayflick numbers decreasing in numbers, causing senescence causing more senescence, and the whole thing falling down at one point. This is why the Phoenix Protocol, I think, is so important and one of the most unique things that's come forth. The Russian doctors discovered it, that it fixed all these things, and they noticed all these other benefits, these side benefits that occurred when you dry fast. So in a sense, you might want to consider it like this. You could certainly do a dry fast. Once you're done with a dry fast, you can easily repair your diet and have a much healthier and longer health span, that's for sure. But if you don't fix the toxins, it doesn't really matter what you eat. But if you just want to eat whatever you want and do a dry fast yearly, you're probably going to last a lot longer because you get rid of the stuff that accumulates. That's the key here. Dry fasting is key, even though I have dogs in my neighborhood. Dry fasting is key. Anyhow, that's it for today. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Yes?
We have a message. Can you remind people to subscribe, please, sir?
What now?
Please.
Oh, very well.